Hello, 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 it's Sydney Rose, and today I'm taking you guys with me to sell my art at Moonfest. So it's been a while since I sold my art at a vendor market because life has just been really crazy the last few months. I signed up for Moonfest very last minute because it was pretty close to my house and I thought it would be good advertisement for my new website. If you didn't see last week's video where I announced I have a website, please check it out at www.heyitssydneyrose.com. You can buy my art prints, and I eventually want to start selling my jewelry and other art on there as well. I was really looking forward to the market when I signed up, and I signed up about a week before the event, so again, super last minute for a vendor market. But unfortunately, my childhood cat Sophie passed away a few days before the market, so I was, and still am, feeling pretty down about that. My goal was just to get through the market and make the best day out of it that I could. I know Sophie wouldn't want me to drop, so I just kept going. On the Facebook event page, it listed that there was going to be a costume contest, and I wanted to participate, but also be comfortable enough to sell my artwork and get everything set up and cleaned and all of the things that go with pop-up shops. Since it was celestial themed, I took some inspiration from my birthday clown makeup and wore some green sun and moon overalls that I have to create this green celestial jester adjacent look. I finally got the Athena face paint palette and it worked so well for what I was going for. Unfortunately, I think the costume contest was left over on the event page from a previous event they had, so there was no contest, but I still felt very fantastical and whimsy, and there's rarely a time to go out in public with clown makeup on without people looking at you weird, and I'm not confident enough to do that, so I wasn't mad about it. After I finished my makeup and got everything I needed for the market in the truck, it was time to make my way to the market with my dad to get everything set up. Wave, Dad. While setting up for the market, it was clear that it was going to be a long and hot day. It was supposed to get up to around 89 degrees, and I don't do so well in the heat. So thank goodness these overalls are super thin, and I had layered on a ton of sunscreen. In the time lapse, it doesn't look like my dad is helping me, but I promise he did. He helped me set up the tent and the sign, which I just didn't get on a time lapse. While setting up the tables, I like to do it myself because I have an idea of where everything needs to go, so I get in a flow state and just associate while I'm setting up. Now I'm just trying to figure out how I want to set everything up because I'm doing things a little bit different this time. This is my first talking video, but the whole look. They're playing copyrighted music, so hopefully I can keep this in. But I'm doing everything a little bit different, but the sun is all right here, so I'm not sure if I want to have the jewelry right here because I don't want it to get hot for people to touch. And it's like 87 degrees right now, so we'll see. I changed my regular layout a little bit because of the sun. I didn't want people to be burned by touching metal jewelry that had been sitting in the sun, so I changed my bookmark holder and put my bookmarks in a plaid cup instead, and put all of my prints and hand-painted sketchbooks on the front table. I normally have them on the side and back tables. I think this worked out very well though because I was able to spread out the sketchbooks and you could see them more. I also had a sign up front advertising that more prints could be bought on my website, so again, www.heyitssydneyrose.com. Please go buy art from me and support my small business and help me make a name for myself as an artist. Here is my entire setup. The market started at 3 and then went until 10 for the vendors. The actual festival didn't end until 12 because there was going to be a few performances through the night. There was yoga and dance classes along with other activities happening throughout the day. Some people even camped the night before in the woods, which I think would have been fun because it was free for vendors, but I did have to work the night before at my restaurant job, so maybe I'll end up camping next year. Setting up. I am so sweaty, but everything's good. Em and Max are gonna be here in like 30 minutes. I think Bree's gonna try to stop by if she has time. If anybody else said, but I'm excited. I think it's gonna be a fun night. I'm just really tired. Ollie's really tired, so what's new?
Cool. You gotta tell us some stuff first.
And there's Em and Max manning my booth. While Em, Max, and Beth were watching my booth, I got to check out the other vendors. There were so many talented artists attending, and I will link the event page in the description so you can check out all of the vendors at the event and support small businesses. I try not to buy things at vendor events because the goal for me is to make money, but I couldn't resist and got 3 macarons from the Bitter Whisk. I have their business card at the end of the video because when the festival was over, they were handing out the rest of their business cards to the other vendors. And these macarons were to die for. Macarons are definitely one of, if not my favorite sweet treat. I got one of each flavor they had, and that was salted caramel, cookies and cream, and vanilla. The salted caramel was surprisingly my favorite out of all of them, but they were all a 10 out of 10. I say surprisingly because normally I don't go for salted caramel flavored things, but this was really good.
Mustache. I'm doing the vlog. Am I in the vlog?
You are in the vlog.
Look at my back.
So as they dance, feel free to cheer and encourage them as they dance. So feel free to tip.
Also, feel free to tip. I love that. I can't play all of the belly dancers set because of copyrighted music, so I tried to match the aesthetic using the iMovie and YouTube audio library copyright-free music in place of it. While the belly dancers were performing, Bree got to the event and she brought her 2 new kittens with her. I'm not gonna lie, this was pretty bittersweet for me because I just lost Sophie, but they were so adorable and I couldn't help but love them. I don't know if I'll be able to do this, again because of the non-copyrighted background, but Em and Bree just went to get food. I might get a pretzel. I don't know. I did end up breaking down and getting a pretzel because I was hungry. I'm a very picky eater and there wasn't much of the other food trucks that I was interested in, but I was having a moral dilemma because the truck was using AI generated pictures for their advertising. The pretzel looks so good in person and I really don't understand the logic behind this because they could have just taken pictures of their own product because they looked and tasted amazing. The only generative AI that I'm okay with is Kane from the Amazing Digital Circus because technically he's not actually a real AI, he just plays an AI. So there you go, that's the whole joke I guess. But after I ate the pretzel, I became aware of the face paint on my mouth, so thankfully Beth had wipes in her car and I was able to take that makeup off. Pretzel, and then I became very aware of the face paint on my lips and here, so I just took it off. Thank goodness Beth had like wipes. They were like Clorox wipes. Don't do that on your face, by the way. That's just me. So it's currently 6:35. So vendors have to be here until 10 if I haven't already explained that. The festival goes on until 12, but I'll probably pack up at 10. It hasn't been super busy, so I'm hoping since the weather is cooling down that it will become busier. Bree got here a little bit ago. I don't think I've shown her on the vlog yet. So this is my little update. We've just been chilling, sitting, enjoying the ambiance. It's very chill. I really like the atmosphere, but it is hot. But I do love the atmosphere at this festival. It's been really nice. I think this is still a look even without the lips, and I still got my little elf here, so now I'm just like a little star sprite. And Bree are walking around right now, so I put a fan on the kittens.
Of course, the only person who can help her is the scariest, most complicated ex-con the point has ever produced. Max terrifies her, awakening feelings she never thought she'd have for a guy like him. But it doesn't take W long to realize some boys are just better when they're bad.
That, for context, that is Bree's blind. That is Bree's blind. Bree got a blind book, and that's the synopsis.
I need her. I need Bree to let me know how to do this.
I'm so excited.
Let me borrow her ears because she's got the pierced ones with all of the moss and the fun earrings, so it looks like I've got so many piercings. These also match my skin tone better. But I just told Bree I feel like I look like the green version of Kiss now that I've taken off what made me look like a clown. Now I'm just gonna consider it like a celestial elf look that's rubbing off because of the heat. 7:10. I've made a few more sales. We've got little kitten. That one's Bones, right? Mm-hmm. So that one's Bones. Hi, Bones. Hi. I made a few more sales. Still hoping it's gonna get a little bit busier after night falls. There's gonna be a band playing on the stage back there, so that'll be pretty fun. And yeah, another update. Okay, so Bree officially had to go so she could feed the cat, so it's just me until 10. It is currently 7:41. The band's gonna start playing soon. This is again another update. I think the dust is gonna get to me. I'm probably gonna be a little have some sinuses tomorrow, but Bree let me keep her ears. I'm gonna see her next week anyway, so I'm gonna give them back then. And yeah, I've got a couple more customers, especially now that it's getting cooler, so I think it's an uphill from here. I really hope my main goal for this is that it's going to bring some traction to my website, because I would love to make my main artist business on my website and then do just vendor booths that I think at events that'll be fun, because it's hard to do these things every weekend. So vendors and small businesses that do a vendor event like every weekend, I applaud you, because it's a lot of work. Here are the business cards I mentioned earlier, and it was time to start turning on the lights because the sun was setting. I got the idea to use the music stand lights off of TikTok, and this has been a game changer for night markets. So if you're an artist and want to start selling your art at night markets, I recommend a good camping light, and you can hang that in the middle of the inside of your tent. Then music stand lights you can put over your products to highlight them for the customers. I officially have the lights turned on so you can see how bright that is, but band's playing, so it's gonna get probably pretty loud, but I don't know if this is technically considered a copyright since it's live or not. It's always hit or miss, because I believe this is a Pixie song. We'll see. If YouTube takes it out, this clip won't make it into the video. If you are seeing this clip though, it made it into the video. But here's everything lit. I really like the night markets. These things are my favorite. I feel like they just look like little bug antenna, and it's really fun.
Loud. And I'm going to move this blockade trailer out of the way, but we're going to do this first. Everybody still hanging out with us? Give me some noise. All right.
I didn't film any of the cleanup process because I was really tired and just ready to go. I did enjoy the market even though it was a slower day. I do hope I got some good advertisement for my website because that was my ultimate goal. I would like to participate in this market again. Moonfest happens twice a year, and I will link the event page in the description if you're interested in the event, or if any of the vendors who participated in the event strike your fancy. Always support small businesses, and with that, I guess we're at the end of the video. I know this vlog wasn't as high energy compared to my other vlogs, but since it was only days after Sophie's passing, I was still in a very low mental space. I'm glad I was able to enjoy the market still. I plan on making a tribute painting for her soon, but I want it to be a happy painting celebrating her life rather than it being sad, so I'm still giving myself time. Many of you have sent me messages and comments sending me prayers as well as well wishes. Your support means the world to me. Please consider checking out my website and supporting my journey to make a name for myself as an artist. And if you liked this video, you should like and subscribe so you don't miss out on my fun adventures. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next Thursday. Bye!